What's the next story to be told?
That remains to be seen. I ran with patience today, and I didn't know what the weather was going to do. I'm not used to the warmer temperatures. I haven't run in shorts all winter in Maine, and then when I thought I'd get ready to really push, I pulled my right calf a little bit going down into Newton Lower Falls, and knowing the course like I know the course, I knew what was ahead. So rather than gamble with pushing and pulling beyond repair, I just became patient again and got up over the hills and then started to push again.
So, did you really intend on not running anymore in 2008?
No more competitive marathons, meaning I wouldn't push myself. I'd run other marathons like with Abby, but now we're neck and neck with each other. But I would love to complete the Avid 6 stars. I've run Chicago, Boston, and New York numerous times, but I haven't run London, Tokyo, and Berlin. So our 35th wedding anniversary coincides with the Berlin Marathon. So I don't think I'll be in the kind of shape I am here for Berlin. I think I've pushed as much as I can push. But the 3 hour at 60 plus, I'll be 62 a month from tomorrow. So I'm creeping up in the age group, and I don't feel like it's 40 years since my first Boston. I feel like I'm much older, but I don't feel like I'm 40 years.
It sounds like you're always going to come up with a reason to keep doing it.
Well, my joints have been a bit of an issue, and it's been frustrating the last couple of years. But I love life so much that I love other sports, and I have more kilometers on these legs this winter than I do miles, meaning I've done more cross-country skiing than actual running to save the pounding on the roads. So I've got some more mountains I'd like to summit, and I want to be able to do those things with our family and friends.
For an age group runner who might be struggling with getting through a marathon or training for a marathon, what would your advice be for how they can take that mentality of creating a story and making it positive and making it something that they feel self-motivated to do?
Well, I think everybody who ran today and everybody on the sidelines has a story to tell, and an inspiring story to tell. And I think that anybody is capable of storytelling. And everybody running today had a story of inspiration to share, whether they had overcome some obstacle, whether they were running for somebody, whether they were running for charity, whether they were running in memory of the start. I didn't want to go out with the 220s and faster runners. And I tried to push back as far as I could, and the gun went off, and then I crawled through the slots of the fences and found a place. But I went out faster than I should have gone out, and I just had to tell myself to be patient. So there were runners, and I saw them go by me, and I said, be patient, and I came back on many of them, but not all of them. And so I think that when you're out there and you're feeling some pain, somebody will say something that will spark some inspiration of some sort.
Joan, this is a little bit of a comeback for you from last fall, I believe. Maybe you're actually getting faster.
I didn't have the training going into Chicago that I had coming into Boston. I had to pull out of Chicago twice. I love the Chicago Marathon. Kerry and his team do a great job out there. But I needed to get that monkey off my back. I needed to get through Chicago. And to be honest with you, I usually run faster in the spring, and I credit the Nordic skiing, the upper body work and the strength that I get from that. I'm not very efficient as a Nordic skier, so I have to work really hard. And I think as people age, as athletes age, cross-training can be a huge benefit to your question.
Joan, I was about to ask you about that. I know you said you trained a lot doing cross-country skiing. Did that help save your legs, your knees coming into a race like this?
I would like to think so. I would like to think that, I had one 20-miler going into Chicago. I had 4 or 5 coming into Boston, but I had several 2+ hour skis.
Nice.
Was the crowd supportive of your
The crowds were incredibly supportive of the singlet initially, and then of me. It was unbelievable. I mean, you know, I have my little niche on the hills. I like to get in on the left side and just sort of sneak up. And the crowd's known me there. And, you know, even the younger fans who weren't around 40 years ago were yelling my name or yelling "Go Hogan," and that was hugely inspirational.
How has the Boston market changed?